Richard Ramirez was born on February 29, 1960, in El Paso, Texas. He was the fifth of 7 siblings. His father, Julian Ramirez, was a former soldier and factory worker who often physically abused and mistreated his children. Ramirez's mother, Mercedes, was a devoutly religious woman who frequently took her children to church. As a child, Ramirez was exposed to negative influences from his uncle, who worked as a sex worker and frequently showed him violent and sadomasochistic films. Ramirez also suffered a serious head injury at the age of 2, which some experts believe contributed to his later mental health issues. At the age of 12, Ramirez began to have problems with alcohol and drugs. He also became rebellious and frequently skipped school. At 22, Ramirez left his home and moved to California. After moving to California, Ramirez began committing petty crimes like theft and burglary. However, he soon escalated to more serious crimes. In June 1984, Ramirez committed his first murder, killing a woman who lived in his apartment building. Ramirez then went on a killing spree, committing a series of murders, rapes, robberies, and tortures in the Los Angeles and San Francisco areas. He targeted innocent victims and entered their homes in the middle of the night by climbing through windows or unlocked doors. Ramirez often used sharp weapons and killed his victims in brutal and sadistic ways. He also raped and tortured his victims before killing them. Ramirez's case became highly publicized in the media and caused panic in the community. In August 1985, the end for Ramirez will come with his next strike. On August 24, 1985, he attacked William Corns and his girlfriend. The man was badly injured by the gunshots and then searched for the girl. After undressing her, he started to rape her. Then, even though he threatened her with a gun, he decided not to kill her, and the young woman called 911. A neighbor who had seen the killer's vehicle looked suspicious and wrote down the license plate number. The next day the police gave him information. His party found the vehicle, but not the criminals. By analyzing the tracks, they were finally able to come up with a face and a name for the night prowler. When they searched their database, they found Richard Ramirez. They alerted the media, and a photo of the killer was released. On August 31, 1985, the criminal decided to return to Los Angeles by bus. He didn't know that he had been identified by the police, so he was completely unprepared. Although the bus station was full of police officers, he was able to leave, but on the street he was immediately recognized by people. Immediately he understood that he had been found, and when he felt cornered he tried to steal a car, but he was not successful. He was nearly hanged in the middle of the street, but the police intervened. After his arrest, Ramirez assured that he was not a murderer, and did everything possible to delay the trial. He was initially charged with 14 murders and 31 crimes related to his killings. However, due to him changing attorneys several times and the fact that his crimes occurred in several places, which brought some jurisdictional issues, several charges were dropped to speed up the process. Nearly 3 years after his arrest, on July 22, 1988, the jury selection process began. This case took a full year due to the number of witnesses and evidence held. He was eventually sentenced to 19 death sentences on November 7, 1989. He is being held at San Quentin Prison in California. But the killer didn't die because of his faith. He died of liver failure on the 7th of June 2013, at the age of 53. It's been 23 years since he was sentenced to death. Ramirez died in prison on June 7, 2013, due to a heart attack. Although Ramirez is no longer alive, his story remains a warning to all of us to be cautious of potentially dangerous individuals and to be vigilant of our surroundings.